Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is another B1 academic language video. Today we're going to be talking about homework. Alright, so think about homework at your school and then think about these questions. And you can either write down your answers or practice answering aloud. So how much homework do you usually get every day? And if you're not in school, you might think about what was true in the past when you were in school, or maybe if you have children or grandchildren, answer based on their experience. What kind of homework do you enjoy the most? Math or English? Which subject has the homework that you enjoy doing the least? And what happens if you don't do your homework on time? Right, so now we're going to read this conversation between Enrique and Lana. So again, you can either pause the video and read this on your own, or you can follow along as I read and then try to answer the questions. So Enrique says, I was up all night finishing my homework project for social studies. I only started it last night and didn't finish until 7 in the morning. Wow, so you mean you didn't go to bed at all? You must be tired. But wait, Miss Diaz gave us the project last week. You had more time. Yeah, but I was playing baseball last week. Miss Diaz gets really mad if you don't hand in homework on time, so I had no choice. So have you ever been in a similar situation to Enrique? And do you think he did the right thing? And do you agree that Enrique had no choice? So again, you can either write down your answers or try practice answering those aloud. Now we're going to read another conversation between Kamani and Asher. Again, you can pause the video, read on your own, follow along as I read, and then answer the questions. Hey, did you hear? Mr. Lloyd isn't here today. Oh no, are you saying that I didn't need to stay up late last night finishing my math homework? I can't believe this. What a waste of time. Haha, that's too bad. Well, at least you don't need to do it on the weekend like me. So have you ever been in a similar situation to Asher? And do you agree that doing the homework was a waste of time? All right, so we're going to look again at the first part of the conversations, um, and then look at the questions in bold and why do Lana and Asher ask these questions. So I was up all night finishing my homework project for social studies. I only started it last night and didn't finish until 7 o'clock this morning. Wow, so you mean that you didn't go to bed at all? You must be so tired. And then here, are you saying that I didn't need to stay up late last night finishing my math homework? So why do Lana and Asher ask these questions? Well, here it's like they're trying to understand. They're trying to get an understanding or get more information about what the other person is saying. So paraphrasing. The questions are examples of something called paraphrasing. So we often use paraphrasing during conversation to check that we understood the important message from what somebody said. It is usual to use different words when we paraphrase and not to repeat exactly what the other person said. So to paraphrase, she wouldn't say, "So you mean that you started it last night and didn't finish until 7 this morning?" That would be repeating exactly what he said. But when she paraphrased, she used slightly different words. "So you mean that you didn't go to bed at all? You must be tired." All right, so statements as questions to paraphrase. So when we paraphrase to check understanding in a conversation, we don't always use full question forms. Sometimes we use a statement with a rising intonation to make it clear that we are asking a question. So I'll demonstrate these and then you can practice. So if we're making just a statement, you mean that you didn't go to bed at all? But here, as a question, you mean that you didn't go to bed at all? And then a full question, do you mean that you didn't go to bed at all? You're saying that I didn't need to stay up late last night finishing my math homework. You're saying that I didn't need to stay up late last night finishing my math homework? Are you saying that I didn't need to stay up last night finishing my math homework? So hopefully you can hear the differences in how I said each of these with the tone of voice, the intonation, the stress that I put on certain words. And you can replay that section of the video as many times as you need to and see if you can repeat using similar intonation and stress. All right, so now you're going to practice responding to the people below. Use a statement question to check your understanding, then add another comment. So the first one is done for you. You made a mistake when you wrote down the homework for science. It was page 23, not 33. You're saying that I spent 2 hours doing the wrong homework? I can't believe this. Class starts in 10 minutes. So go ahead and try these on your own, and then you can restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, it says, oh no, I left my bag at home with my math homework in it. So we might say something like, so you mean that you haven't got your homework? Maybe what are you going to do? I finished all my homework in 10 minutes last night. So you're saying that the homework didn't take much time. It must have been really easy. And did you hear? Edie got 100% on his English homework. You could say, wow. He must have studied a lot, right? He doesn't usually do that well in English. And you might have slightly different answers, but these are just some possibilities. All right, now think about the questions below and respond to the answers with a statement question to check your understanding and then make another comment. So, do you prefer doing homework alone and with other people, and why? So, you could say something like, so if I said, yes, let's see, I could say something like, I prefer doing my homework alone because it's faster. So then you would respond with a statement question. I'll go ahead and answer the rest of these, and then you can respond. What's the place to do homework? I like to do homework at my desk. What's the latest you have ever stayed up to do homework? Okay, so see if you can come up with some statement questions to check your understanding to the answers that I gave. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to see some possible answers. Okay, so here I prefer doing my homework alone because it's faster. So you're saying that working with other people slows you down. It must be frustrating when you have to work in a group. I like to do my homework at my desk. So you mean that you have a specific place to study. It must be easy to stay organized that way. And I've stayed up until midnight finishing homework. So a statement question might be something like, so you're saying that, so you're saying that you've never studied for the entire night. I don't think many students can say that. And again, these are just some possible answers. You might have slightly different answers for these. All right, now we're going to talk about canceling plans. So we'll read the conversation between Alex and Daly and then answer the questions. Sorry, I can't hang out after school today. I have to finish my chemistry homework. What do you have to do? We have to write a summary of the experiment we did in class today. It's going to take so long. So what homework tasks usually take you the longest? And if you were in Alex's situation, would you do the chemistry homework or hang out with Daly? Now we're going to read a conversation between Hannah and Nari. So Hannah says, I got an A plus on my social studies project. An A plus? Did somebody help you with it? Yes, actually, my brother had the same project last year when he was in our grade, so he told me the answers. So do you think this is an example of cheating? Why or why not? And do you ever ask someone for help with your homework? All right, so it is common in a conversation to ask questions to find out more. Of course, the questions we choose to ask can direct the conversation. So here's some examples. Sorry, I can't hang out after school today. I have to finish my chemistry homework. So he might say, what do you have to do? Or when is the deadline for the homework? How long will it take? And each of these different questions will kind of steer the conversation in a different direction. When she says, I got an A plus on my social studies project, an A plus, did you tell your parents? An A plus, was it easy? An A plus, how long did it take you to finish? And then see if you can think of some other questions to use in these situations that would kind of move the conversation maybe in a slightly different direction. All right, so for questions with the to be verb, we place the verb before the subject. And this is called subject-verb inversion. So the statement form, he is a good student, And to change that into a question, we have the subject and the verb change places, and it becomes, is he a good student? The questions were easy, becomes, were the questions easy? And then we've got some WH questions. So remember that a WH questions asks for information, and you do not answer yes or no to these types of questions. And with these, you always start with the WH word. So what was the problem? Where are the students? When is the deadline? And then see if you can think of some possible answers to each of these questions. And then questions with other verbs. So for questions with other verbs, we use a form of do before the subject with the bare infinitive verb form. So for yes or no questions, we start with the statement, I have a lot of homework today. And then to change that to a question, do you have a lot of homework today? She finished her homework quickly. The question form would be, did she finish her homework quickly? And then with WH questions, again, you start with the WH word and then follow it with a form of the verb do and then the bare infinitive. So what do you need to do? When did you finish it? Where does she go? Alright, so now you're going to practice changing the statements below into questions and use the words in parentheses to help form the questions. So here's an example. Math is my favorite subject, and the yes or no means that they want you to make a yes or no type question. So that would be, is math your favorite subject? So go ahead and try these on your own and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, so number one, we've got I like doing homework with my friends. They want you to make a yes or no question. So it would be, do you like doing homework with your friends? Number two, he usually finishes his homework before 8 p.m. and they want you to ask a when question. So when does he usually finish his homework? Number three, physics is the most difficult subject. And they want a yes or no question. So is physics the most difficult subject? Number four, I didn't finish my homework on time because I was busy. They want you to ask a why question. So why didn't you finish your homework on time? It took 3 hours to write my report. They want you to ask a how long question. So how long did it take you to write your report? And number six, Kate is really good at social studies. This is a yes or no question. So it would be, is Kate really good at social studies? All right, now the reasons for homework. So Didar and Niam think that homework is a good thing. So what questions could you ask them to find out more information? So Didar says homework is important because it helps students learn skills that they don't learn inside school. And Niam says doing homework helps me to learn more about subjects that I love. The class time for my favorite subjects isn't enough. So think of some questions you could ask them to get more information about what each of them said. And Gadis and Furkan think that homework is a bad thing? And what questions could you ask to find out more information from them? So Gadis says, I think homework is meaningless. I sometimes copy from my friends, and they copy from me. And Furkan says, after school, I just want to relax. Spending time in the evening doing homework means I'm tired for school the next day. So again, come up with some questions that you would ask each of them for more information about how they feel about homework. So now I'd like you to think about what we've talked about in this lesson and discuss the questions. And I'll answer these, and then I'll have you do some paraphrasing to and write some questions to find out more information. So, do you think that homework is a good thing for all high school students? So, I would answer that yes, I think homework is good because um, sometimes adults even have to finish their work after working hours, and doing homework prepares students for this and teaches them how to manage their time. And then how much homework each day do you think is the right amount? Um, so it depends upon the age of the student. For students in primary school, it's 15 minutes for each subject. Is enough. For middle school students, 30 minutes for each subject. And for high school students, 1 hour for each subject. And what do you think should happen if someone doesn't do their homework? Students should not receive the full number of points if they don't hand in their homework on time. All right, so for each of these, I'd like you to try paraphrasing what I said and then asking some additional questions about each of my answers. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, and if you have any other questions, please leave those for me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.